All right, let's get straight into it. Today, we're looking at 7 completely free AI tools that are absolute game changers for your productivity. And look, I know everyone is talking about ChatGPT right now, but honestly, relying on just that is like only using a smartphone to make phone calls. You are missing out on some incredible hidden gem tools that can help you write faster, summarize huge documents, automate your meetings, and literally build professional presentations in seconds. In this explainer, we're moving past the basics.
Now, why should you care? Because we're talking about getting back serious time. These specific tools collectively save the average professional or freelancer over 10 hours a week. I mean, think about that, 10 hours. That's an entire workday, plus a couple of extra hours, just handed right back to you. And the craziest part is, one of the free tools we're going to cover actually completely replaced a paid software subscription for the creator of our source material. So we aren't just saving time here, we're keeping money in your pocket too.
Okay, let's jump into our first phase. Conquering information overload. We're going to take you all the way from dense PDFs to custom AI podcasts. So let's start with a universal pain point. We've all been there, right? You open up a massive financial report or maybe a dense 60-page legal contract, and your brain just completely shuts down. The old way of handling this was hitting Control F, endlessly hunting for keywords, and just crossing your fingers that you weren't missing some crucial context buried in that wall of text. Well, the new AI method uses a tool called ChatPDF. You just drop that massive document right in, and it essentially turns a static, boring file into a highly intelligent subject that you can actively interview. To put that into perspective, say you're a student studying for finals, or you're analyzing a competitor's quarterly report at work. Instead of agonizing over it line by line for 3 hours, you literally just type a prompt like, "What were the top 3 financial risks on page 14? Explain it to me like I'm 10. Boom. In 5 seconds flat, ChatPDF spits out the exact bullet points you need, perfectly summarized. It even gives you the exact page citations so you can easily verify the work. It actually understands the context of the whole document, not just your keywords. Now, ChatPDF is absolutely incredible for tearing through a single document, but what if you're doing really deep research? You know, you've got 10 different PDFs, 3 audio files, and a bunch of web links, and you need to synthesize all of that chaos at once. What do you do then? Well, that brings us to tool number 2, which is Google's Notebook LM. Seriously, this is easily one of the most mind-blowing research assistants out there right now. Think of it like a personalized virtual brain. You just dump in all your chaotic notes, your Google Docs, your PDFs, web articles, the whole shebang. And here is the absolute best part. It only looks at the sources you give it. That means 0 internet hallucinations, no generic AI fluff. It is strictly analyzing your specific, trusted data. So instead of spending days manually highlighting and cross-referencing, Notebook LM synthesizes everything instantly. But the killer feature, the one that will literally blow your mind, is the audio overview. With one single click, it generates a shockingly realistic, human-sounding AI podcast. I'm serious. 2 AI hosts will literally discuss your data, debate the key points, and explain your own research back to you. You can listen to a studio-quality breakdown of your complex project while you're driving to work. It's incredibly accurate and saves just hours of cognitive strain.
All right, once your research is organized, it's time to actually execute. That takes us to our next phase, automating tasks and meetings. Let's let AI do the heavy cognitive lifting for us.
If you ever feel completely paralyzed by a massive to-do list, this third tool is going to be a huge lifesaver for your mental health and productivity. It's called Goblin.tools. Let's say you're a freelancer and your main task for the week is launch a new website. That's huge, right? It's super intimidating. Well, you paste that into Goblin.tools' magic to-do feature. Then you adjust the spiciness level, which is just their playful way of asking how detailed you want the breakdown to be. You hit enter, and the AI automatically shatters that giant, scary goal into 30 bite-sized, totally actionable micro-steps.
The absolute game changer here is the shift in cognitive load. Look, with traditional project managers like Trello or Asana, you are still the one doing all the thinking. You have to figure out how to break it down. Goblin Tools handles that heavy lifting so you can just focus on checking off boxes. Oh, and as a bonus, it has this amazing feature called the Formalizer. If you write a super frustrated, angry draft email to a difficult client, you just paste it in there, and the AI instantly rewrites it to sound perfectly polite, professional, and corporate approved. We've all needed that at some point, right? Okay, so Goblin.tools keeps your tasks totally manageable. But if you work remotely, your to-do list probably isn't your biggest daily time suck. So what is? Yeah, it's the dreaded reality of endless video meetings. Enter tool number 4, Fathom, or Otter.ai.
Both of these have fantastic free tiers, and they essentially act as your silent, personal AI secretary. Look, if you are still sitting on Google Meet calls, frantically scribbling down notes while trying to actively listen to a client, you are living in the past. These tools join your meeting silently in the background. The second the call ends, they send you a beautifully categorized breakdown of exactly what the client liked, any requested deadlines, and all your specific action items.
Think about the alternative. Frantic scribbling, or worse, rewatching a painfully long Zoom recording just to find that one metric your boss mumbled at the 42-minute mark. With these AI tools, you get an instant, structured email with clickable video timestamps. You just click the text and it jumps right to that exact moment in the video. You will easily save hours of review time and post-meeting admin work every single week.
So we've automated your reading, your tasks, and your meetings. Now let's tackle the final phase, accelerating content and creation. It's time to bypass the tedious work entirely.
If you deal with video at all, maybe for a side hustle, corporate training, or YouTube, you know that 80% of editing is just the worst kind of tedious cutting. Finding every every and all the dead air. That brings us to tool number 5, CapCut Desktop. The old way meant spending an hour in heavy software like Premiere, manually snipping out every breath. CapCut has a feature called silence detection. The AI analyzes your audio waves and cuts out every single awkward pause in exactly 1 second. Pair that with their flawless one-click auto captions, and a job that used to take an hour now takes about 3 clicks in under 2 minutes.
Okay, maybe video isn't your thing, but what about data? Spreadsheets are basically unavoidable in the professional world. And let's be honest, nobody actually remembers how to write complex Excel formulas from scratch. We just Google it, copy something from a random forum, get a syntax error, and want to throw our laptop out the nearest window. Well, tool number 6 is FormulaBot. You literally just type what you want to happen in plain English. For example, extract text after the @ symbol in column A, then match it to column D.
Instantly, FormulaBot translates your plain English request into perfect, working spreadsheet code. It hands you back this terrifyingly complex regex, extract, and VLOOKUP formula. You don't even have to understand it. Just copy it, paste it into Excel or Google Sheets, and you are done. It completely eliminates hours of hair-pulling troubleshooting. It literally turns a frustrating afternoon of data management into a 30-second fix.
So, we fixed your videos and your spreadsheets, but for our final tool, we have to tackle the ultimate corporate time waster, presentations. If you're still starting your pitch decks by staring blankly at a white slide, well, what if the presentation could just build itself?
Tool number 7 is Gamma app. Picture this. Your boss messages you at 4:30 p.m. demanding a pitch deck for tomorrow morning. The old method means sheer panic, right? Staring at generic bullet points, tweaking margins, messing with font pairings until midnight. With the AI method, you just go to Gamma app, you type your rough, messy notes into a single text prompt, pick a visual theme, and hit generate. In less than 60 seconds, Gamma builds a beautifully structured, visually stunning 8-slide deck. It completely bypasses the manual design phase, so you just tweak the text and instantly look like a creative genius.
And that brings us to the core of this entire explainer, reclaiming your time, and a look at the future of how we work.
Look, this completely demystifies the fear around all this new technology. The reality is this: AI isn't replacing humans. People who use AI effectively are replacing people who don't. That's just the reality of the modern workplace. By integrating tools like ChatPDF, NotebookLM, Goblin.Tools, Otter, CapCut, FormulaBot, and Gamma into your daily flow, you aren't just saving 10 hours a week, you are making yourself undeniably faster, more valuable, and way less stressed out. And remember, every single tool we featured today has a free tier, so you can literally start using them the minute we're done here.
So as you start optimizing your own workflows, I want to leave you with one question to think about. Which of these free AI tools surprised you the most today? Was it that insane instant podcast generation from NotebookLM, or maybe the magical slide building of Gamma? Let me know down in the comments, because I absolutely love hearing how you all are putting these tools to work. Thanks so much for joining me to learn how to reclaim your time, and I'll catch you in the next explainer.